Okay guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. I wanted to make a quick video about cheaper Shilajit. You'll find that the cheaper Shilajit, like this is the Shilajit dry drops from Pure Himalayan Shilajit.com. The stuff is excellent, but you will find, you guys, that with the cheaper Shilajit, even the cheaper Shilajit resins that come in the tubs that you just put in water and it dissolves, you'll find that the cheaper forms or the cheaper types of Shilajit, excuse me if I can speak today, they don't dissolve as well as the more expensive types. The one nice thing about the expensive Shilajit resins is that they dissolve very well in comparison to the cheaper stuff. That doesn't mean that the cheaper stuff doesn't work just as well, however. A few people over the past couple of months have reached out to me and said, hey man, I bought some of the Pure Himalayan Shilajit tablets as well as some of their resin that comes in a tub, but I noticed that it breaks apart really weird in comparison to the Purblack. Is this stuff legit? What's going on? Purblack in the more expensive varieties of Shilajit undertake a different extraction process, and they have, I believe Purblack, again, if I can speak today, has a patented technology of extraction that allows the resin to dissolve the way that it does. I think other companies use a very similar technology for extraction, the way that they produce it. And that's one of the benefits to the more expensive resins, is that it dissolves so much differently. You'll notice that with this stuff, it clumps. It breaks apart much differently, but it works just as well, you guys. There's no reason why, unless you enjoy spending a ton of money on supplements, there's no real reason why you need these expensive tubs of Shilajit resin. I'm guilty of buying them. I'm not saying Purblack is a bad brand. In fact, their stuff is quite good, but it is remarkably expensive. $100 for a little bit of resin is way steep in my opinion. So I use the cheaper stuff, and what I've found is that the cheaper stuff works just as well as the more expensive stuff. It just doesn't dissolve as easy as the more expensive stuff. So you'll notice that if you take two of these, I typically take 1 to 2 of these 200 milligram tablets a day. If you put it in water, it'll sink to the bottom of the cup and the tablets will get kind of stuck to the bottom of the glass. So if you let it sit like that, it really won't. I've let it sit for 1 or 2 hours and it really won't dissolve properly. What you've got to do is you've got to agitate it with like a fork or a, what I use is a chopstick. Every 10 minutes, the tablets, once they sink to the bottom of the water, I'll just take a chopstick and kind of stir the bottom of the cup and move the resin around, because these tablets do kind of get stuck to the bottom of the glass. But if you just stir it and you're patient, it'll completely dissolve. And the bioavailability of Shilajit resin bound to water, in my opinion, is higher than if you just take these tablets by themselves. I do that all the time when I'm on the go. This makes traveling with Shilajit resin so easy because you can just pop open these boxes and take these tablets. But what I prefer to do, you guys, is take it in water. And with the Shilajit dry drops, you've got to really agitate the resin tablets once they get to the bottom of the cup. Otherwise, they'll get stuck. So I'm just making this video to clarify. Just because the resin doesn't dissolve like the more expensive stuff doesn't mean it's not great quality. In fact, this is my favorite brand other than Omega Organics. I've bought multiple different tubs of their resin, multiple boxes like this, and I will continue to support this company. I think they're great, and I think they offer very good quality resin at a low cost. And I mean, that's a great thing. Who wants to have to spend an arm and a leg on supplements if you don't have to, you know? So this has 200 milligrams of the extract in it. I typically take 2 of these a day, sometimes only 1. It really depends, and I prefer to take it in water. Peace out.